Do you want to use AI in Word, Excel, and PowerPoint but are unsure where to find it or how to actually use it? If your answer is yes, then stick till the very end because today I'll show you exactly that. And once you know how to use them, you'll realize just how much time and effort you can actually save. Hey everyone, my name is Abhay and as a Microsoft employee, I'll show you how Copilot can take a real task from idea to report to a presentation. To simulate today's demo, I'll take an example from Diyan's donut company. But before we get started, here's something you should know. Copilot in Word, Excel and PowerPoint is included in Microsoft 365 personal and family plans. However, if you are on a business or enterprise plan, then you can purchase Copilot as an add-on. So here I am starting in Microsoft Word where I have some raw notes and meeting points. Rather than writing everything from scratch, I'll open Copilot here. Now, there are three main ways to access Copilot and they serve different but complementary purposes. The first one is right in front of you when you open a blank Word document. Just right here. The second way is to click the small pen icon that looks like this. Both these options allow you to start writing from scratch or generate new content quickly. They can also help you generate a full draft based on your prompt. Once you have done that, you can then regenerate, keep, discard or edit the draft. The third way is by clicking the icon in the top right hand and that opens the Copilot pane. This is your ongoing assistant for refining, rewriting and interacting with your documents. It also offers chat-like interaction to rewrite text, summarize content, ask questions about the document and make stylish or structural changes. It's perfect for editing, enhancing or analyzing what's already written. You can even reference other files using / and file name that opens a list of recent files like this to enrich the draft. However, to do so, you'll need a Copilot license on business standard and above and enterprise office plans like E3, E5 and is not available on personal or family plans. This is specifically because this feature is focused for business users and professionals. Okay, taking the example of Diyan's donut company, let's say I'm preparing for a quarterly leadership review. My goal is to present Q2 highlights, analyze product performance and propose new product ideas, all wrapped into a clean, exec-ready deck. I've got some rough notes here in Word, sales data in Excel and a PowerPoint deck that still needs building. I'll walk you through how I use Copilot in each of these apps to go from scattered data to a polished presentation without switching tabs or writing from scratch. Now, to get things started, I'll use Copilot in Microsoft Word with a prompt saying this. Create a one-page summary of our Q2 performance for Diyan's donut company from / Q2 draft notes. Focus on product highlights, digital engagement, and customer trends. Keep the tone clear and professional. This is for a leadership team. Now, as you can see, Copilot took all that raw info from other Word file and produced a clean summary with sections on product highlights, performance, digital engagement, and customer trends along with other relevant sections. That's a great start, but I want to make it easier to reuse this in my PowerPoint file later. So I'll organize the summary into sections. As a follow-up, my prompt will be this. Restructure this summary into 3 sections. Sales and product, customer feedback and digital trends. Add subheadings and keep it under 500 words. And now I've got a neatly organized summary exactly in the way I asked for, and it's also going to be easy to reference or repurpose later. Finally, I want to polish it for sharing as a formal document. So my next prompt will be this. Format this summary as a formal report. Add a title, heading, bullets where needed, and a short closing paragraph with the next steps. And boom! In a matter of few minutes and 3 prompts, I've got a final version ready just like that with Copilot saving 45 minutes to 60 minutes of time just in these 3 tasks alone. And now let's move to Microsoft Excel. Firstly, to use Copilot in Excel, I'll click the icon in the top right that opens the Copilot pane. I have the Q2 sales data in an Excel file already. And I want to now identify which products perform best, spot weak areas, and create visuals for my deck. Copilot makes that much easier. To achieve my first goal, my prompt will sound like this. Which products had the highest revenue and lowest return rate? Rank them for a product spotlight in our next campaign. Tell me which products had the lowest average rating and why. And also include performance analysis with insights. And just like that, Copilot gives me a rank list with maple crumble, vegan raspberry, and classic glazed at the top. And also flags apple cinnamon twist with a lower average rating. And now I want to understand if discounts are affecting satisfaction. As a follow-up, my next prompt will be this. Identify any patterns between promo used and average rating. Is there a correlation between discounts and satisfaction scores? And Copilot generates a bar chart along with statistical analysis and shares that products with a promo had a significant difference in customer satisfaction between the products that didn't use the promo. It also asked me if I'd like insights that could shape my next campaign strategy or pricing model. Next, I want to summarize by product category: vegan, gluten-free, seasonal, and classic. So my next prompt will be this. Summarize overall performance by product category, use estimated categories, and provide high-level insights on sales and customer sentiments. Copilot came back with a table on category performance overview with insights on each product in more detail. And finally, I want a visual for revenue by region. And so my next prompt will be this. Generate a bar chart showing total Q2 revenue by region, sorted highest to lowest. Label it clearly for use in a presentation. I now have a chart which can be embedded into a slide and ready to go in a PowerPoint file. And finally, let's move into Microsoft PowerPoint. With the summary and insights ready, I move into PowerPoint to build the actual leadership deck. This is where everything comes together into a single presentation that's ready to be shared with the leadership team. To get started, I use Copilot by clicking on this icon to create the structure of the deck. I give it a prompt saying this. Create a presentation for Diyan's Donut Company's Q2 sales review. Include tables and chart from /Q2 sales data. Copilot first gives me a preview of all the slides that it's generating, and once it's done, you can click on Generate Slide button to generate all the slides with graphics, imported bar chart from Excel, along with all the key insights. It also automatically pulled in key points from the Word and incorporates visuals from Excel that we just finished working. Next, I want to add context to the visuals. So I'll ask Copilot to generate speaker notes for all the slides on the deck. To do so, I'll write a prompt saying this. Include speaker notes for each slide in the presentation. And as you can see, Copilot returns well-written points for each slide. It is also taking the context of each slide and written notes relevant to it. And just like that, I now have a complete polished deck that ties together everything I worked on, from my word summary to my Excel insights, and presents it clearly and professionally. So what I loved is that Copilot didn't just give me a single answer. It followed up with smart, relevant suggestions that felt completely in sync with my workflow. I honestly felt it was actually reading my mind. So let's quickly recap. I started in Word to turn my rough notes into a polished summary. I then moved into Excel to find product insights and generate visuals. And finally, I jumped into PowerPoint to build a complete leadership deck that ties it all together. If you think about it, you'd realize everything was connected. Everything built on what came before. So here's my final thought. Using Copilot across Word, Excel, and PowerPoint has been a game changer. It's not only saved me time, it made the whole process faster, smoother, and honestly more enjoyable. But do you know my secret sauce? It's how I prompt these Copilots or any AI chatbot. And if you want to learn more of how to write better prompts, check out my video on prompt framework. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.